What is music therapy?
So, music therapy is the use of music as a tool to help people with different goals. So, depending on what population I'm working in, I have different goals that I'll work on with those clients. And so, the first thing that I usually do is an assessment to see, okay, what type of music do they enjoy? What's their background? Why are they in whatever the situation that they're in? And what is it that they're focusing on? So whatever those goals are, let's say like maybe they need to work on anger management. So maybe I would use some type of a relaxation tool, whether it's playing the guitar and working on their breathing, or even drawing to music sometimes. Like we incorporate some of the other therapies as well. Music is always something that's utilized within each session.
Yes, sir, y'all. Welcome back to Let Me Hear You Roar, the M4 Podcast Season 2, y'all. Today we had one of our esteemed alumni. We had to get it on a Zoom call for her. She's all the way across the country in California, y'all. Miss Akilah Watts, introduce yourself to the audience, man.
Hi, everybody. I'm Akilah. I came into UAPB in 2005, part of the crab class of 2005, marched with M4 for a couple of years. Came back a couple of times to participate in some pretty prestigious events, including the Honda Battle of the Bands, and also marching for our former president, Barack Obama, which was incredible. Right. And I graduated in 2009, December 2009, and I've been in California for almost 8 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go and hit you with some. I know you're gonna like this question. Give me your favorite Simpson character.
Ooh, my favorite Simpsons character is Sideshow Bob.
Why is that?
Well, I've always loved Kelsey Grammer, who voices Sideshow Bob. He was somebody I always enjoyed watching Frasier back in the day, early 2090s, 2000. But I always thought that his character was so awesome, even though he's not a main character. He's kind of a villain, and on every once in a while. But his episodes were always so great, and one of them that I absolutely love is when the Simpsons, they end up having to change their name and go into like witness protection. Change their names to the Thompsons, and following underneath, and he ends up getting hit by these rakes, and the whole like by the rakes, and the face cracks me up every time I watch it.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. All right, so we gonna rewind the clock, man. So tell me, you're from Chicago, Illinois. So how did you get into music? And you play trombone. How did you get into that?
Oh man, music's been a huge part of my life for a very, very long time. Ever since I was little, I actually started on piano around the age of like 5 or 6, and then I was interested in trombone I want to say I started around 5th grade. I had a friend who had started the trombone, and I was like, ooh, that looks like a cool instrument. I'm interested in that. But before that, I actually was interested in the French horn just because I like the name French horn.
Right.
But my mom was like, no, find something that you actually interested in. And a friend of mine, she ended up playing the trombone, but she played a year and quit. I kept with it. So I ended up playing trombone all throughout high school, college. I even played in grad school a bit, and then I picked up the bass in high school. I learned myself like how to play the bass, and then picked up guitar later on in grad school too for music therapy, which is what I do now. So
cool. So how did you get to UAPB? How did that transpire?
Oh, okay. So I ended up having Dr. Carl Koger, who was the previous band director of Dunbar. Mm-hmm. He was the band director of Dunbar. He ended up coming to Rich South. Rich South is no longer Rich South now. It's like Rich Township or something like that now. But, he was our band director, and he ended up connecting us to UAPB. Like I didn't know anything about the historically Black colleges.
Right.
Like not in detail. I mean, when I was a little bit younger, I used to go to the Battle of the Bands in Indianapolis, every once in a while, but got a chance to actually see them in action. UAPB. I remember it was UAPB versus Texas Southern.
Okay.
And I was blown away. I think this might have been in 2004.
Okay.
Yeah, right before I came. So I was like, wow, this is awesome. And so, I had never marched show style or anything like that. Like I came from a core style background. And so, it's really interesting, like that whole transition during band camp, learning how to march correctly.
Right. Yeah. Well, so you got any good band camp memories? You think you're talking good?
Oh yeah. So this is part of our, I don't know if anybody else has really heard about this, but I remember it was from my crab class. So LDTS. I don't know.
We know about it. Yeah, we know about it for sure.
We know about it. Actually comes from one of my craft sisters.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's what's up. That's crazy.
We were trendsetters in 2005, just to let everybody know. Mr. Graham, he was like, "Hey, you're not excited enough," and she was like, she was like, "Yeah, woo, yeah, let's do this shit." Everybody was just kind of taking her back, and so she ended up having to run. But
we definitely heard the story.
Yeah,
we definitely still passed story online.
From LTDS,
That's what's up. So you came in 2004, and 05.
Get it right.
05. And then, so were you already a music major? Did you always want to major in music?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So what? So you came in. So you music therapist now. Was that always the plan?
No. I always was interested in music and the sciences, but I always loved music more, and I didn't know how to incorporate the sciences within it, with the music. And so it was actually while I was still at UAPB that I started doing some research on various music careers. It was probably, I want to say, my sophomore or junior year I was doing this, and I ended up coming across music therapy, and I was like, wow, that sounds interesting. Right. And ended up reading more about that career, and it ended up combining like some of my love of the the music and the sciences. It has a lot of the psychology, and if you want to work in the medical field, you can do that. So,
that's what's up.
After teaching for a couple of years, I realized I want to go back to school and study music therapy.
Okay, where did you go to school for music therapy?
Illinois State.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I know it's a lot of people. I know some friends of mine, they always interested in music therapy. What's like some advice you have for those people that don't know much about it, or I guess that maybe trying to get into that career field? What's some advice you got for them?
So there's actually a site. We have our American Music Therapy Association site. It's musictherapy.org, and you get some more information as far as like what music therapy is, what populations we work with, and even I believe on that site, or you could go to CBMT, I think it's .org, where you could actually look up music therapists. And I'm also always open and willing. If anybody wants to talk music therapy,
yeah, for sure.
I'm here.
For sure. And before I forget, if I don't tell you before, I want to wish you a happy centennial for sure.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Shout out to the SGOs. Shout out. So when did you graduate from the APB?
I graduated in December 2009.
Okay, December 2009, and then so when did you move to California?
I moved to California in it was August of 2014.
Okay, 2014. So what? So tell me about that move. Was you kind of nervous? No,
I was excited, and the reason why I ended up in California in the first place was because I needed to complete my music therapy internship.
Oh, okay.
Studying music therapy. If you want to continue as a music therapist, one of the requirements is you complete a 6-month, some a little bit longer, 7 months. Like in my case, it was a little bit longer because I had to do a project as well.
Right.
So,
Okay.
You have to complete the internship, and the only one that I actually applied to was in California because I'm done with these Chicago winters.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I remember making a video one time where on Instagram, it's old. Like if you go back in my Instagram, like way back, I was like, all right, winter, I had enough. I moved to Cali.
Right.
I actually did.
That's crazy. Yeah, I know you're out there, and I know we did an episode with also Akilah Watts last summer. He's out there as well. So we got a lot of alumni in California, surprisingly.
Oh yeah. We all, try and keep up with each other and support each other's endeavors, because there's a lot of people who are in the arts and everything that are doing really well out here.
Yeah. That's what's up. So I guess all right. So now tell me on like I guess for the how the books used to be for for the dumb people. What is music therapy?
So music therapy is the use of music as a tool. It's a tool to help people with different goals. So depending on what population I'm working in, I have different goals that I'll work on with those clients. And so the first thing that I usually do is an assessment to see, okay, what type of music do they enjoy? What's their background? Why are they in whatever the situation that they're in? And what is it that they're focusing on? So whatever those goals are, let's say like maybe they need to work on anger management. So maybe I would use some type of a relaxation tool, whether it's playing the guitar and working on their breathing, or even drawing to music sometimes. Like we incorporate some of the other therapies as well. But music is always something that's utilized within each session. So my background, I've worked with children with autism. Like that's where I started. That was my internship experience. So working with children with autism primarily. And then I transitioned about 4 years ago to working in behavioral health. So I had some experiences where I was like, I want to know more about behavioral health and work in this population. So behavioral health, and also I work in addiction recovery. Yeah,
that's crazy. And you do all that music therapy. That's crazy. That's great.
Yeah, and the thing is with music therapy, like it's pretty endless. I've gotten the opportunity to travel outside of the U.S. and do music therapy and complete continuing education in music therapy. Like there was one on mindfulness, and we were in Thailand, and it was the first time that they did it for professionals. This music therapist, she developed a program, Dina Register, and she used to be over at in Kansas. She's in Florida now, but she developed a program for college students that were studying music therapy. And then she ended up running the professional one. And yeah, I got a chance to participate with about, I want to say it was about 10 other music therapists, and we had a blast. You know, we got a chance to have fun in Thailand, and then also, you know, get a chance to see what the culture is like out there and do some music therapy out there too.
Cool. That's what's up. I guess a couple of wrap up questions. What's some advice you have for some the students at UAPB? You know, that's about to graduate. I mean, what's some advice you have for probably some incoming students and some students about to graduate?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to start with those who are getting ready to graduate.
Okay.
So, I was a music ed major, and back in those days, people used to be in there for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
They used to be like, "Oh, you can't do this. You can't graduate within 4.5 years. Like, yeah, there's no way you can." And I was like, "Oh, really?" So I did it. I did it for 4.5 years. I don't know. I'm sure that a lot of things have changed since 2005. You know, at least I hope so. Yeah. Where it hopefully doesn't take as long now. You know, hopefully not as many credit hours, but just make sure that no matter what anybody says, you always keep your mind and your eyes on the goal that you have set forth. Like if you are working towards graduating within a certain amount of time, you know, do what you have to do to get out. And I did that. So, and people know this about me. Like I was not playing games. I was all about my books. I wasn't about the party life and all of that. I get to do all of that now, you know?
Yeah, right, for sure, yeah.
And so, yeah, just make sure that you're focused, and then also those who are getting ready to graduate, like make sure you're connecting with different alumni too, because you never know, you might be able to get your foot in the door, you know, with different opportunities, like different things that you're looking to do. That's something that I really like, that connection. When it comes to the alums or anybody that went to UAPB, anytime that I'm traveling, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be in your city, and boom, I'm able to, you know, connect with them.
Right.
It's really awesome. And then those who are incoming, just make sure you surround yourself with people that are positive, who will help you to achieve the goals that you're looking to achieve. Don't get caught up in nonsense.
Right. I mean, cause I definitely like to use this platform to help connect the alumni, you know, cause especially like I said, I know a lot of people that are coming to me, you know, even when I was in school, they come, they thought about music therapy, you know, they thought about going to school. There's like, you know, even I thought about it as well too, but I kind of just chose a different path with the music sound design when I went to grad school for. And I think it's kind of like just that, because they don't know many people in the industry. So I definitely wanted to get you on, you know, so hopefully the students, some alumni, young alumni can see this and be like, oh, okay, I can reach out to her about that subject matter. That's why I made this podcast, just to, you know, be that bridge between all of especially the M4 family, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. You got any some funny stories about the directors?
About what?
The directors, like Instagram, Mr. Evans.
Let's see. Do I have any funny stories?
I'm sure you got some about Mr. Evans being a compliant teacher. I'm sure he didn't crack you up a couple of times.
You know what? I always think about jazz band. Okay, I was part of the jazz band, and sometimes, you know, people will come in and drop in. Now back in those days, we didn't have the, you know,
the band room.
And everything. Yeah, we would meet in the choir room.
Okay.
And so people would come in and drop in and check us out and hear how we were playing. And if it wasn't a good day, Mr. Evans would kindly ask them to leave. And then he'd shut the door and he'd be like, all right, now hell. Yeah. Like just going off on it.
That sounds like him for sure. That sounds like him.
Yeah, that cracked me up. Like, it wasn't funny in a moment, but
yeah. I'm gonna let you know that he kind of lost his patience. Now he'll probably do it first with folks. Now he's not. He don't care who's up there now. He'll just let it loose.
But yeah, that's it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. What's some advice you got for me? Being a new guy on staff, and just I guess dealing with this new era of students, the era of young folks, young adults. What's some advice you got for me?
Oh man, just keep on doing what you're doing, which is incredible. Like I love that you have this podcast. Great, it's something that a lot of people are into nowadays. Like, they enjoy podcasts and just being able to shine a light on these young people. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a whole new generation of students coming in. I got a chance to meet some last year during homecoming and hearing about their experience. And I know the pandemic's been really hard.
For sure, yeah.
And just being able to get back to a sense of normalcy is it's still kind of weird because the cases are going to continue to go up and down.
Right.
Just being able to connect as much as possible. So in any way that you can help the students to stay connected.
I must say, how did that affect you in your career, like with the pandemic and stuff? Did that affect you?
I never stopped working.
Wow, that's good.
So I work at a hospital, and so hospitals, they never close. Now I was like, do we still go in? Like that was quite an experience trying to figure out how to navigate that. I was like, do we still go to work? My coworkers were texting me like, do we still? I don't know. And then as far as like the things that we would bring in, like we were sanitizing extra. But it's been all right. I mean, there was only one position that I was working in addiction recovery. Like at the beginning of the pandemic, they ended up shutting that down probably like a week after most of the shutdowns started happening.
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to do that, but something else ended up picking back up, like, I don't know, August or September of that year, 2020. But it was just a weird year, man. 2020 especially, just weird.
That's a lot of ups and downs for me, because that's when a lot of stuff happened. That's when I got hired that year, and of course stuff happens, and it's just I've been trying to just stick to it, just be positive, know that sometimes the good come with the bad, just like I said, just stick to it, and just keep a positive mindset, especially for the people around me, because it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard. Everybody doesn't have this. Everybody's mentality is just crazy nowadays. So And I also recommend people to just give each other grace. There's some people who are back to living life like the pandemic never happened, and then there's some who are still very cautious. Give everybody grace. Like there's some people who are going to be like, I'm asking for everything, and some people who are like, woo, Right.
Just give each other grace. Like if somebody's wearing a mask, be respectful. You don't have to talk bad about them or anything like that. Like just know, like, this is where they are. This is their comfort level, and it's okay.
Let's show. Last but not least, gotta give a shout out to Gio. I couldn't have you on here too. I had to shout him out. I know he'll be on me like, Ryan, all right, shout out to Gio, my LP. I think unless you got anything else you want to talk about, I can at least talk to Simpsons all day. I'm here. I'm nothing but ears.
What? I didn't know you were such a fan.
Yeah, that's why I mostly grew up like Simpsons, and I kind of started watching Family Guy. You know, some things kind of like inspired off those shows and stuff like that. So.
Well, the Simpsons did everything, you know. Family Guy was just trying.
For sure.
You know, I would like to show you this real quick.
Cool.
It's pretty awesome.
Okay.
So it's a lunch bag that I got that I saw. It was advertised. It was an ad or whatever by Igloo, and it was like, oh shoot, hold on, let me see. I'm gonna stop sharing my background so you could see it. There we go. All right.
That's dope.
How dope is that?
That's dope. Yeah, that's cool.
And it's sold out now.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's cool. Yeah,
I love some Simpson merchandise, like, you know, stuff like this. Shirt.
Yeah, cause I be seeing on your Instagram. I was like, oh yeah, she getting all the stuff, all the merch, all the collectibles, all this. That's cool. There's
a jacket I want right now, but it's through Levi's. They have something, but it's $200, and I'm like, I want it, but I don't need it.
I feel you on that. Well, I guess that's cool with you. I think we can wrap it up on that. I think that's a pretty good episode. Definitely want to highlight the music therapy thing because it's such a cool thing. It's such a cool thing with the science and music and everything. I still like to learn some more about it myself, for sure. And we got this last little part we got to do those. So usually we have all our guests do the "Let Me Hear You Roar" chant, like we do on the field, like march on the field for the halftime show. So I guess however you want to do it, it's your roar. So how you want to?
All right, let's do this. LDTS. Let me hear you roar.
Yes, ma'am. Appreciate you for coming on. You've been delightful guest. Can't wait to talk more about everything else. And y'all stay tuned for the podcast. Tap in with the podcast. We got some more coming for y'all. We out of here.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for watching. For additional behind the scenes and bonus content, follow us on Instagram at M4Pop. If you want to keep up with M4 on upcoming news and performances, please follow us on all main social medias.